Okay, we are joined by University of Illinois head coach John Gross and student athletes DJ Richardson, Brandon Paul, and Tracy Abrams. Coach, we'll ask you to make an opening statement, please.
Well, obviously, this time of year it's about surviving and advancing, so we're grateful to have the opportunity to play on Sunday. I thought it was only fitting that the game was maybe about as strange a game in terms of the ebbs and flow of the game that I've been associated with, that it would be that way with this group. We've done it the hard way a lot this year. I'm proud of our guys for their resiliency. At one point, Colorado went on a 23-0 run in the second half, and I think in that situation, a lot of teams would crack, and I thought our guys continued to stay very poised. I thought the 16-2 run late in the game that was spearheaded by our defense was a huge, huge part of the game. When we got down 5, I thought our defense made some plays for us that were big. I want to give Colorado a lot of credit. They're down 16 coming out of the half. I thought there for the early portion of the second half, for sure, they were the toughest team there for that portion of the game. Continued to play. I enjoyed, as I told Coach Boyle before the game, watching their team on film. Really respect how hard those kids play. Respect the way they defend and the way that they rebound. And they've got a young team and anxious to see how they grow moving forward. I think they've got a chance to keep getting better.
Okay, we're going to take questions for the student athletes now. Again, we'd like to confine the question to the student athletes at this point. Please raise your hand and give us your name and affiliation when you ask your question. Down here on the far right.
Chicago Tribune for DJ or Brandon. Just how do you explain these wild momentum swings in this game, and then just kind of the hot and coldness of the whole season? Can you put your finger on why that happens in game?
It's March Madness, and that stuff happens all the time. At the end of the day, I think us as seniors, we got to find a way to tough it out, and that's what we did tonight. We got to find other ways to get some points on the board, and I think getting to the free throw line. My shot wasn't really falling as well tonight, so I tried to do my job getting to the free throw line. And we got a lot of guys that stayed poised. Tracy did a good job getting us the ball and getting us positioned to score. And we can't tie our offense of effort we can't tie our defensive effort to the same as our offensive effort. So I think Coach said we went on a 16-2 run. That just shows the type of poise we have on this team.
Okay, left of the aisle.
Guys, Tim Griffin with the San Antonio Express News. I wonder if you can describe the emotion that was going through your heads out there during that run. The crowd's going crazy with the other team making the run, and you turn things around almost on a dime. I wonder if you could talk about what you were thinking about and how it changed.
We played, this is our 35th game. We've been through so many different situations throughout the year. We played in so many big games, play games we had to come back, make plays at the end. We play a lot of games to get us prepared for games like this. And, I think we made some big plays tonight like we did earlier in the year in other games.
Okay, right of the aisle in the center. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We just find ways. We trust each other. We trust the system. And we just find ways. And the outcome came out positive our way. So, just got to stay tough-minded.
We play against a lot of teams that feed off the crowd, so we don't let that get to us. We just kind of stay focused on the task at hand. Coach makes sure we do a good job of staying, calm, cool, collected. So, we've been through this throughout the year. We've been through some tests. A lot of character.
Sorry.
His mic, is there one with mine as well?
Oh, yours is okay. Try that again.
Because I can hand mine to BP here.
Try that again.
Go ahead, BP.
I'm supposed to repeat that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Basically, we've been through this throughout the whole year. We played against a lot of teams that really base their energy off the crowd, and they do a good job pumping the crowd up, whatever. We just like to stay poised, and Coach does a good job, along with the rest of the staff, making sure we're calm, cool, and collected in the huddles, and that no one's pointing fingers, and we all keep the same mindset.
Okay, now we're going right of the aisle in the center.
Ethan Osofsky, Daily Illini. Just what were you guys saying to each other during timeouts during that, the drought?
Like Brandon.
Go ahead, Tracy.
No.
Okay.
Like Brandon was saying, the coaches do a great job at making sure everybody's composing on the same level. You see a guy put their head down or just looking like they got a certain face. They always keep us composed and collect, like Brandon was saying. And this is definitely a big difference, just to stay positive and just bring positive energy to our huddles and stuff.
Okay, we'll go left of the aisle.
Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman. Boy, I guess mine works. Brandon, Illini Nation is in the house. There's more orange in that arena than any other school that's here. How important is that to you guys, and did that even help you when times got a little tough in the second half?
Yeah, that's really important for us. They're a great fan base. Orange Crush was always with us. We're at home and whatnot. They travel with us. And you got Illini all over the world. Everywhere we go, we see orange. So just having their support, behind us, through the ups and downs definitely goes a long way. And I think we definitely feeded off their energy, making baskets at the end, making plays, and we appreciate all the support we can get, and I think we're going to continue to feed off their energy.
Okay, right of the aisle in the center.
Herb Gould, Chicago Sun-Times. Brandon, you talked about this a little bit yesterday about not wanting this to be over. Just talk about what it means to have it not over, and did you have a moment when you thought it might be?
I think if we had that type of moment, it means we've given up, and we're a team that never gives up. So we like to finish everything. And down the stretch, things weren't going well for us, but we kept playing, we kept fighting. DJ's in my ear, telling me just to make plays and don't worry about what happened before. So, we got a lot of guys that continue to make plays, and now we're on to the next. Our focus was on Colorado, and now it's on Miami. It means a lot, obviously just to be able to advance. We got guys on the team. This is their first time advancing in the tournament, first time being in the tournament. And, me and DJ have some experience in this. And now that we are advancing, we want to continue to, survive and advance pretty much.
Far left of the room.
Hi, Paul and Banks, Chicago Now. This is for DJ or Brandon. Is the shooter's mentality just to have a short memory, and if they're not falling, just keep shooting and just trust in yourself that eventually they're going to fall down?
DJ one.
We mature players. We've been in college for 4 years. We've been through up and downs, throughout our career. So, we shooters. We both can shoot. We're just gonna keep shooting, even though they don't fall. We're just gonna keep defending. That's the main thing. If we defend, we'll find some ways to score somewhere down the line, and that's what we did tonight.
Okay, we're gonna let the student athletes go. Thank you, gentlemen, and we'll take questions for Coach Gross now. On the aisle on the left here.
Hey, John, have you ever been a part of a team that went through a 23-0 run and still came out and won?
I don't know if I have. I said that to the staff after the game. It was an odd game. Again, give them a lot of credit. I thought we played really well at both ends in the first half. Maybe as complete a half as we've played in a while. It was really encouraging. Then to start the second half, I didn't think our defense was quite as good to start the second half, and I thought our offense was good again, but we didn't make shots. And then they made the run, and then that's when I thought our offense sputtered a little bit. So we used a couple timeouts there to kind of try to refocus us back to center field a little bit. But give them a lot of credit. I mean, they were physical in the second half. They were aggressive. I thought that at both ends of the floor. But long answer to your question, no, I don't think I mean, it was a strange game in that regard.
Over to the right here.
The players were asked something similar to this, but how did you try to refocus them during timeouts, maybe try to make them forget about that run because you were still only down maybe 5 points?
Well, we talk a lot, Shannon, about controlling the controllables, and that's, only things in the, we talk about driving the car and looking ahead, and we can't look in the rearview mirror. Nothing's going to change. I mean, the score's the score. They're not changing the score. We had to find a way to kind of grind and figure it out. I thought our defense was really good late in the game, as I mentioned at the outset here. During that 16-2 run, I thought that was the difference.
Okay, far left.
Coach, looking at shooting 13% in the second half and still winning by almost double digits, I mean, how does that happen? How do the numbers add up?
I couldn't tell you. It's similar to the question that the gentleman here asked just a second ago, but we found a way. It's why I said at the beginning, it's, this team is, it's been a fun team to coach, an interesting team. They found ways in a lot of different situations where their backs have been against the wall, and today was another prime example of that.
The right.
Max Tane, Daily Line. Coach, you always say seniors die hard. Just talk about Brandon and DJ, and if they were saying anything while the run was happening in the 21-0 run that Colorado had.
Yeah, they were talking about staying poised and being positive. That's what we've tried to do all year. We want positive energy around our team as much as possible. If we have an issue, I tell them we correct it and we move. We obviously talk strategy in those timeouts, but I thought those guys were very positive. I thought they did a great job of staying positive and staying poised. Thought our shot selection got a little bit away from us there when it got close, and they kind of took the lead for about maybe a 4 or 5 minute span, and then we kind of got, that's what I meant by getting refocused, and we got a little bit better at that point.
Right side of the aisle.
Michelle Kaufman, Miami Herald. I'm just wondering how much you've watched Miami, and what do you think of them as your next opponent?
Well, I don't know, obviously, a lot about them at this point. We deal one game at a time. We've done that all year. I know that they've got great size. I know they're going to play very hard. I've watched Coach Larinaga's teams not only at Miami but also at George Mason previously. They're very well coached. I know that Larkin's a terrific player at the guard position, and I'm sure I'll learn a lot more here over the next few hours.
Center of the room.
Ethan Osofsky, Daily Illini. Was talked about going into the game about how good they are rebounding the ball, especially Andre Roberson. You guys actually came out on top. Can you just talk about how well you did crashing the boards?
Yeah, sure. We did some really good things on the defensive end when you look at it as in whole, and I think a big part of that was defensive rebounding. We had 11 offensive rebounds to their 8, 12 turnovers to their 15, so that's a +6 possession battle, which I think is huge in a game that's nip and tuck like that down the stretch. I thought for the most part we did a very good job of rebounding.
Go on the center right again.
Thomas Brook, Daily Line. Did you expect to turn them over as much as you did in the first half, and did you see that as a way to get your lead?
Well, we wanted to be really aggressive. I thought that was really important. I know there's been times where, they've turned the ball over here and there as you watch them on film, but I think to say that you're going to count on, them turning it over as much as they did in the first half, I don't know. That may be fool's gold. But I thought we were really aggressive in the first half, got some deflections. We were active defensively and did a good job of turning them over as well as affecting shot percentage and defensive rebounding the ball well. I thought overall as a whole our defense was pretty good other than maybe the first, 5 to 8 minutes of the second half.
Down. There you go.
Herb Gould, Chicago Sun-Times. John, I kind of know the answer to this, but do you worry that this takes a lot out of the kids to play in 2 days? How do you, kind of get ready to go again?
Well, they're 18 to 22 years old, Herb. There's a reason why we do strength and conditioning. There's a reason why we play the schedule we play. We do the things that we do is to prepare for these type of moments. I think our guys know that this is, I've said before, this is a special opportunity. We'll be able to, I think, rev it back up again, start on Sunday. No question about it. The next 48 hours is critical. We'll do a lot of things to help get their minds and bodies back.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.